a goal that you'd like to accomplish or complete or do. What's something that you want to achieve that you haven't yet? So what's a goal that you have that that you'd like to achieve? And share that in the comments, because that's going to really help to highlight and make this tonight's topic more kind of tangible. So what is a goal that you'd like to achieve? Leah Marie says become more organized. Great. So what's a goal that you'd like to achieve? It can be anything from like, I'd like to travel, I'd like to, get healthy, I'd like to see friends more, I'd like to get a new job, I'd like to get married, I'd like to buy a house. It can be anything. Like, what is a goal? Kathy, finish writing my book. Outline and first 2 chapters done, 8 chapters left. Great, so finish writing her book. Leah Marie wants to become more organized. What are some goals that you have? Or just a goal. Just share one with us tonight, and then you can really apply what we're going to talk about tonight to that goal. Tamron, desire to start waking up early for exercise every day. Great, perfect. Yep, Kathy says all the above. You get rid of excess sewing supplies and lose 20 pounds. Great, so keep these goals in mind as you guys share them, as I go on to talk about the importance of knowing your why. These are great examples of what your goals are. Sarah, I want to become more organized as well. Shadi, get into grad school. Awesome. Great. So now, you can feel free to keep sharing. If you're still typing, totally fine. So now, when you think about that goal that you want to accomplish, whatever it is, any of these things, lose weight, get organized, get into grad school, finish my book, get rid of excess sewing supplies, wake up earlier than usual, whatever it is. Now think about, why do you want to accomplish that goal? Like Shadi, why do you want to get into grad school? Or Leah Marie, why do you want to become more organized? Kathy, why do you want to finish writing your book? Miss, you see Lindsay's comment about helping Annie? Yep. She knows, pause for 1 second. I talked to her earlier and she knows to go into her notifications where I sent her a link. But some people are still having trouble getting in, so we're just trying to troubleshoot that. Okay. Donna, a goal I would love to achieve, sell stuff. If it says more, I'm sorry, I can't see it on my stupid thing here. All right, so yeah, think about why you want to accomplish that goal. So Kathy says she's being guided to serve. That's why she wants to finish her book. So think about why. Like Sarah and Leah Marie, why do you want to become more organized? Uford, why do you want to get rid of those sewing supplies and lose 20 pounds? Tamron, why do you want to wake up early and exercise every day? Like, why do you want to exercise every day? So when you think about the why behind, knowing the why behind your goal ups your chances of accomplishing it big time. It really ups it big time. When you can get connected to the why, that can help you get through the tough days or the tough moments when, let's say if one of your goals is to get more organized, like a couple of you wrote here, and, maybe you see like some things that are out of place in your home, or you're feeling disorganized in your thoughts, or whatever it is. If you're able to connect back to why you want to be more organized, like what is going to be the benefit, the payout to being more organized, it will help you to be more committed to that goal. So knowing what your why is gives you something, gives you like a touchstone or like an anchor to come back to when you're feeling tempted to procrastinate or not carve out the time for it. If you can circle, like you can put a little note up that says, here's like whatever your why is, post it up there so you can have access to it, so you can quickly refer to it and be like, oh, that's right, that's why I want to do this, Tamron, I'd like to take exquisite self-care of myself first thing in the morning before I have to deal with demands of family, work, and socializing. Beautiful, Tamron. So that's a really powerful why. So knowing why you want to get up early and exercise is because you want to take exquisite self-care. You want to take exquisite care of yourself. So when that alarm goes off in the morning and you're like, nah, maybe I'll start tomorrow, you can pause and go, wait a minute, but I want to take exquisite care of myself, and ignoring my alarm is not how I do that. So having the why behind the goal, I have found, is so vital to being more committed to taking the steps necessary, particularly when there are those steps that are difficult. If you're trying to, eat better, let's say, and you're at a party and there are cupcakes there, and you think about having one, if you can stop and go, wait a minute, why am I going to choose to not have a cupcake? Oh, that's right, because I want to feel healthier and stronger, and I want to improve my health. Like, knowing what the why is going to help you. So think about that. Think about why you want to accomplish what you want to accomplish. And now, kind of the opposite side of the same coin, the other important reason for knowing your why is to know why you're not doing something. So let's say that, Tamron, I'm going to use you as an example if you don't mind. So you want to wake up early and exercise every day. So if you're not currently doing that, ask yourself why. Like, what is stopping you from doing it? This is where we get to excavate the role that emotional clutter is playing in your life, or mental clutter is playing in your life. So if it's something you say you want to do, but you're not doing it, then you also want to know your why. And you want to move beyond something like, well, because I'm just not a morning person, and so I can't seem to get up in the morning, or I just don't have the time for it, or, you know what, I'm just a messy person. I want to be organized, but I just don't think I ever will be. Like, move beyond those immediate responses that come up to you, to your why, and dig a little bit deeper. It's like, well, if you might dig so deep as to get to, I don't get up every morning to exercise because really by committing to living healthier, I then have to give up the crutch, which is sugar or junk food. Or if I commit to exercising more, then I have to deal with, aching muscles the next day, or that's usually not a terrible thing, because when it's earned pain, it's usually pretty damn good. But as important to know the why, as far as why you want to accomplish a goal, it's equally as important to understand why you're not currently taking the steps to do it, whether that goal or something else. Sorry, I'm just getting some notifications here, so let me just make sure. Okay, good. We're good. So share a little bit about that, like knowing what your why is, why you want to accomplish a goal, and then same thing, why are you not taking the steps you say you want to be taking? And again, whether it pertains to that goal or not, you might be, your goal to be more organized, you might be actually taking steps toward that now. So keep your eye on the prize of the why, and you'll continue to make that progress. If there's something else you want to be doing and you're not making progress on it, let's look and see why you're not making that progress. It's going to help you understand what the real root issue is of your blocks or of your self-sabotage, instead of what you think it might be. Like, for instance, the first thing most clients say to me when I say, what do you think is stopping you? Hold on one second. Melissa's distracting the hell out of me with crinkling over there. What are you doing?
I'm trying to fold up the vampire food. Sorry.
Oh, she's crinkling something. It's very distracting. All right. Focusing back now. What was I saying? Okay. I really totally lost my train of thought because of the crinkles.
Oh my god.
She's like, oh my god, I'm an empath. I'm very sensitive to my environment. Damn it, it was on a good trajectory there. Wish I could rewind a live video. Anyway, why you're doing something, why you're not doing something, what is the why? God damn it. I know because I'm trying too hard, it's not going to come back to me, so don't laugh at me. Sarah, I am taking steps. Sometimes I give myself a hard time for not doing it fast enough. Yeah, Tamron, why not? I still have old feelings of being forced to go to PE class when I was younger, when I was slow and couldn't really meet the standards set. At PE, I always felt defeated. That is so important. Thank you, Phyllis. You totally triggered that for me, and I'm going to come back to that. Love it. So Tamara, that's really powerful. Like, that's the stuff I'm talking about. So if you haven't been committing to exercise as much as you'd like to because you have these old feelings of being forced to go to PE, then you really want to baby step your way into that new habit so that part of you that still feels pretty burnt by that experience can begin to trust you and feel better. Hey, Shelley, can feel better about taking this step. So I would actually encourage you to not expect yourself to get up early every day and exercise. Every day might be a little ambitious when it comes to that goal because you have this emotional connection to some difficulties with it in the past. So that part of you that's going to feel resistant to that morning exercise is going to it'll be easier to get her on board if you baby step it in. So even if you do end up exercising every day, which is fantastic, just don't plan that. And I know that sounds kind of counterintuitive, but just say, you know what, tomorrow I'm going to get up earlier than I normally do and get my exercise done. And let's just see how tomorrow goes. Now, tomorrow, she's probably going to be pretty bratty, pretty pissy, but you can ease her into it, like, just as you're getting dressed, like, just talk to her, like, you know what, we're just going to do one day and see how it goes. We'll reevaluate tomorrow. So just baby step it one step at a time to get her on board, because she had a bad experience in the past. She really needs to know that she's safe with you, that your high expectations isn't going to mean that she's being forced like she was in PE class when she was younger. So hopefully that's helpful. Hey, Annie. Yeah. So Phyllis, yes, what I was saying, first thing a client usually says to me when we talk about why they're not doing what they say they want to be doing, one of the first things people typically say to me is, I just don't have time. And that's almost never the case. I mean, we know there's 24 hours in a day, time is finite, got to carve it out. But if in fact you do truly feel like you have no time, then first place you want to look is your calendar, and see where you are overcommitted and where you can create some time. So whatever the why is for you not doing what it is you say you want to be doing, then you can start to address that why, right? So, yeah. Oh, Tamron, I'm glad you found it helpful. Annie, I swear we're going to find an easy way to get you on board. Get here. Yeah, so I'm sorry, Sarah. So you're taking steps. So sometimes Sarah gives herself a hard time for not doing it fast enough. So Sarah, that's really similar to what I was just saying to Tamron. If you set these high expectations for yourself and beat yourself up for not meeting that bar, then that part of you who you need to accomplish that goal is going to really resist, throw a temper tantrum. Giving yourself a hard time for not doing something almost never works. Like, we can't beat ourselves into submission, right? We have to love ourselves to our goal. So even if you find that you're not doing it fast enough and that voice comes up and says, come on, what's wrong with you? Why aren't you doing it fast enough? Like, that's when you just want to stop and respond to that part that's saying that and be like, listen, you know what? We're just taking it one step at a time and we're going to see how it goes. Sometimes things are going to flow easier than other times. Sometimes things are going to go slower. So it's okay. Like, respond back to that voice that is trying to block you or that is trying to berate you. You know, when you do something from a self-punitive place, it doesn't have staying power. It just doesn't. It becomes a very temporary thing that you do to just ease the pain of beating yourself up, right? So as human beings, we're wired to either gravitate toward pleasure or run away from pain. So if you try to beat yourself up for doing something, then it's likely that you might get that part of you on board in the very, very short term. And then you're going to find yourself back at square one. Okay. Whatever you're crinkling over there, Silk, cut it out. She's like, how could she hear me? 'Cause I'm very sensitive. Just wait. Kathy, that's something I learned this week. I keep on thinking that every achievement has its own birthday. It will come. I just need to keep working at it. Yeah. Little tiny steps. Whatever it is you want to accomplish in your life, little tiny steps. You got to build that traction, right? You got to build some momentum. Kathy says, I hear it in Canada, Melissa. Kathy, that's awesome.
I wonder why my comments aren't showing.
Oh, that's funny. I don't know. Oh my God, put it down.
Okay.
She's still crinkling, like, focus. They can hear it in Canada. So whatever your goal is, I'm recapping for some people that joined late because technology was really super wonky tonight. Knowing why you want to accomplish a goal, and also knowing why you're not taking the moves you say you want to take, can provide incredible insight into what's really stopping you. It's a powerful thing, and it's something that you'll have to remind yourself of again and again. So, you know, Tamara, for instance, when you go to ease into the exercising in the morning, tap back into that why of, you know what, I want to take exquisite care of myself before the distractions of the day get at me. So let that, you know, whether you need to like create a mantra around that and post it around, have that be, you know, I don't know if you, let's say you use your smartphone as your alarm, have that be what the alarm says when it chimes to wake you up. Have that reminder handy for you. And then for those of you who have a goal that you're not yet taking the action on, ask yourself why. Like, okay, I say I want to do this, why aren't I doing it? And, God, it can be anything. I'm trying to think of something. Trying to think of an example for myself of something I say I want to be doing but not doing it. I'll keep thinking. I guarantee you there's plenty, but it would be helpful, like once I think of it, if I think about like, okay, what is the payout? What's the benefit to not taking those steps? I say I want to do this. I'm not doing anything to make it happen. So why? Why might that be? Why might I not be doing those things? So like, it's like any other kind of clutter, right? Like if you're not clearing some kind of clutter, what's the benefit to keeping it? What is the payout? Hey, Catherine, what is the payout to keeping that clutter? What is the payout to not accomplishing that goal? Or to not, you know, accomplishing the goal can probably sounds like a great idea, but the work it takes to get there is what trips us up. So what is stopping you from taking the steps to get there? It could be that the step you're expecting yourself to take is just too big. So break it down even more. Or, you know, it could be that you're not taking the action you say you want to take because maybe it feels scary to find out that it's not at all what you wanted it to be. There's lots of different reasons why you might not be doing things. Kathy, feel safer with the known than the unknown. Yeah. That's a big one. It's like there's this idea of like people love to live in pursuit. We love to chase the dream, right? There's something really exciting about that. And that can become our identity, trying to chase the dream. We don't know how to be the person who accomplishes the goal because we've been chasing it so much. And maybe when we get to that end zone, that goal, that it's not as great as we hoped it would be, or maybe our life doesn't magically become amazing because we accomplish this goal. And there is also that fear of you feel safer with the known than the unknown. Really important thing I want to remind you of, because lots of people say that to me, like, it's just the fear of the unknown. I want you to remember this. There is no such thing as the fear of the unknown. There isn't. You can't fear something you don't know, right? So the real fear is that you can't handle the unknown. And that's something tangible that you can work on. So you think that it's fear of the unknown, not the case. So you can work on your ability to handle the unknown. And that's just, strengthening your resource muscles, or getting better about asking for help, making sure you have a good amount of support in your life, doing some more research if that's what you need. Like, you can arm yourself with more knowledge so you can handle the unknown. Then this whole fear of the unknown myth won't play in there anymore. So, Kathy, I had an aha today, going for a small win, then looking for the next one, then stringing them together. I love that, Kathy. That's a great way to put it. Like, stringing together every small win, and then you've got this, like, huge long garland or whatever. But I love that, Kathy. That's a really great way to look at it. A different Kathy, I've started writing 3 pages a week instead of 10 pages a week. It's more manageable. I get it done. It helps to get me started. And some weeks I get a lot more done. Yeah, it's amazing. Like, just gaining some traction, just like we were saying to Tamron earlier, just committing to a more realistic goal gets the wheels in motion. And then before you know it, it's like, whoa, that went by fast. Shadi, I want to get rid of my clothes. Some designer, help me. Why am I keeping them? I keep taking them out of the closet and then I put them back. Yeah, Shadi, I saw this comment in our Clutterbuster group, so I wrote there as well, so be sure to check that out, but happy to address it here as well. So Shadi's talking about the fact that she really wants to pare down her wardrobe, but she struggles because she has some really nice pieces in her wardrobe that, she paid a lot of money for, and so it feels difficult, like, how do I get rid of something I spent so much money on? And, will I ever be able to afford that quality of clothing again? Or can I afford it now? What if I need it in the future? Like, all these things that come up for us, they're magnified and amplified when we've spent a lot of money on it. But I want you to think about, Shadi, like, what is it costing you to keep these items? So if you don't love them, if you don't wear them, if every time you open your closet, you're like, oh my God, there's that blouse or dress or whatever, again, what am I going to do with it? I don't wear it. So think about what it's costing you to keep it. If in fact you don't love it anymore, it doesn't matter what it cost, it's time for it to go. You can try selling it. You can consign it at a consignment shop. Sometimes it's easier to get rid of things that cost a lot of money if we can make a little bit of money off of getting rid of them. So look for a high-end consignment shop in your town or in your area. Or I guarantee you there's places online where you can sell designer clothes. If anyone knows it, it would be Lindsay if she's still on here. But do some Google searching on where you can sell designer clothes. Again, sometimes it's a little bit easier if we can get some money back for the money you spent. But the first question you want to ask yourself, Shadi, is, do I still love those items? Even if they're fantastic quality, even if they cost you a ton of money, if you don't wear them and you don't love them anymore, it doesn't matter how much they cost. They're not a fit. They're not adding value to your life. And in fact, they're taking value away from your life. And imagine what they might be occupying the space for. Like, if you got rid of them, you might be opening up space for something entirely different and new, wardrobe related or not. There might be something in your life that you'd like to manifest more of, whether that's money or deeper friendships, whatever it is. You could actually manifest that by getting rid of some of these designer clothes that no longer add value to your life. So think about that. Hearing the rain starting here. So you thought the crinkling was distracting, Melissa said. The rain's not as distracting because it's actually kind of relaxing, and it's not someone sabotaging my live video. Mother Nature. As soon as I hear thunder or see lightning, I'm outie. But we're heading toward the end anyway. So, yeah. So is that helpful, Shadi? Hopefully that was helpful. You can go back and rewatch this, but also check out my comment in our clutter group as well. So, yeah, Kathy says you can make room for more beautiful clothes that you love. Good, Shadi. I hope it was helpful. Really think about, just because it cost a lot of money. I know it's hard, believe me. I've been there where I'm like, God, but I bought this and I only used it once and it cost me. It's like, listen, but every time I open my closet, I'm like, oh, there's that item that I regret buying, or that I regret spending as much money on as I did because I didn't get as much use out of it. If it triggers up any feelings of regret or guilt or shame, it's costing you a whole lot more to keep it than it would to get rid of it. All right. Okay, good. I think I'm caught up with comments. So a quick little recap, and please feel free to still comment in there about the importance of knowing your why. So get connected to why you want to accomplish a goal, and excavate why you're not taking steps to accomplish that goal or a different goal. There is so much insight and information in identifying and connecting with your why. It will help you. I mean, I can't even tell you how much it will help you. It's a touchstone that you'll need to come back to again and again. So if you need to write it on a Post-it, put it in your phone, have, your reminder app send you a chime once or twice a day about the why to keep you committed. An example that just came to me was I was talking with my brother this past weekend, and he's working on eating healthier. And he was struggling one time. He was like, oh my gosh, he really wanted to reach for something that he knew wasn't in his best interest. And so he was having trouble, like, connecting to his why. So he called my sister, who's a great support system for him, and was like, oh my God, I just want to throw in the towel. I just want to do this. And she was able to get him reconnected to his why. I forget exactly what she said. Something like, it was along the lines of a moment on the lips, a lifetime on the hips. But like it got him reconnected to his why, that his health was worth the commitment to his better eating. So, sometimes you need help connecting to that why. That's why I love the idea of a Post-it note, a chime on your phone. It can even be like the wallpaper on the back of your computer, on the screen of your computer or your laptop, something that's going to keep you connected to it. So when you're feeling shaky and when you're feeling wobbly and when you're feeling not committed, you can circle back around to it. So why is important. All right, anyone else have any last thoughts, questions, or places where you could use some support before we wrap up? Oh, that's what she... Yeah. Yes, a moment on his lips, stent in the heart. Okay, so it's a little bit more extreme than a moment on the lips and a lifetime on the hips. But yeah, a moment on his lips, stent in the heart. It's funny, but it's not. But yeah, thank you, Shelley. But he was saying how helpful that was. Like, she helped to connect him back to his why. Like, that's right, I'm taking charge of my health. And whatever he was going to reach for wasn't worth it. Joy says, sometimes it's hard to get to my why. Yeah, absolutely is. It can be, Joy. So just do a little bit of journaling on it. Like, you can literally write a question at the top of the page and say, why do I want to blank? Whatever your goal is, why do I want to? And then just free write. Like, let it, whatever you want to say, come out. You might start off with, I don't really have anything to say. What am I going to write down? Nothing's coming to mind. This feels silly. Like, whatever it is, just get the thoughts rolling. Because once you do, it's like the wheels in motion, right? Once you get the thoughts rolling, you'll start to be able to excavate your why. So do a little bit of journaling around it, Joy. I think that would be helpful. Thanks, Donna. Glad you found it helpful. Awesome. Okay, and then Donna, I can never finish what I started. Donna. We might be new to each other. So my response to that will be careful of the beliefs that you hold. Because I believe that you can finish what you start. But there's a reason why you're not finishing what you start. And so connecting to that why. Why don't you finish what you start? Again, it could go back to what I said earlier. Sometimes it's really fun to live in pursuit. It's fun to chase something. Or if we actually get started on a goal, we almost feel like we're sentencing ourselves to work on it forever and ever. Like that part of you that's saying, you know what, let's just not get started, because as soon as we get started, you're going to have these really high expectations for me. And, so that's why I love the Pomodoro technique, which I talk about all the time. You just sit down to whatever your goal is, whatever it is that you've started, Donna, but haven't finished, and commit to one 25-minute round on that task. And it may be that you spend those 25 minutes journaling about your resistance to even making any progress on it, right? So the I can never finish what I started is a belief that we want to have you eradicate. I have a belief flipping blog post that I wrote. Perhaps Melissa can put it in the comments section. It'll take you step by step through an exercise to help you flip any blocking beliefs that you may hold. So you start with, I can never finish what I started. That's your blocking belief. The first step in the exercise is to come up with an opposite empowering belief that completely counteracts that one. So it might be something like, I easily complete everything I start. Or I easily complete those tasks that are important to me or that contribute to my vision, whatever it is. But I think Melissa put...
I'm trying to find it.
Oh, sorry. Let's see if I can find it. So if you just search under... Oh, that's right, my search feature is...
It's messed up.
I know, my tech person's fixing it. Hold on. Here it is, okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. So I'm going to put it in the comments section for you, Donna. Yeah. So, Donna, check out the comment I just put in there. It's a blog post about 5 steps to flip a blocking belief. I want you to walk through that, working on flipping that belief of I can never finish what I started. Because I absolutely know that you can, but there's a benefit or a payout that you're getting to not finishing what you started. And it's totally fine. Let's just find out what it is, because then you can work on it. Yeah. All right, good. Thank you. You're welcome, Sarah. All right, so one other quick question before we go. I did a little informal poll on Facebook on my personal page. How many people here use Alexa, the Amazon thing that you talk to, and it my sister had it on Saturday, and everyone was raving about it. We got my father-in-law it for Father's Day. And now I'm feeling left out. Maybe I should get an Alexa. But I want to know, do people have it? Do they really use it? Or does it just become like a paperweight? Kathy doesn't know what it is. So it's kind of like Siri, but people say it's better. It's this little thing that you buy off Amazon.
It's a speaker.
It's a speaker. Okay. But it's an artificial intelligence thing that you can say things like, set an alarm for 2 minutes, or what's the recipe for whatever. It's this really cool thing. Yeah, Michelle loves it. Tamron, I use it through Amazon Fire TV. Yeah. Okay, I was just curious if people I just didn't want it to be one of those things that you get and then it just becomes a paperweight, because you know me, I don't like clutter. So I just need to think about what I would use it for, but it's so freaking cool that, we were playing with it a little bit with my in-laws yesterday, just a little bit. But seeing what this thing can do is it's amazing. Donna uses it a lot. Playlists, play games, great music, so fun. Yeah, and the sound is great. So it's a speaker, but you can talk to it Alexa, what time is it in London? What if it's 80 degrees Fahrenheit, what is it Celsius? It's just, I don't know. It just sounds really cool. I might just have to pull the trigger. Yeah, Kathy, it seems strange so that I would always be listening to you. Yeah, I guess if it was on, yeah, it would be strange. And that's the part that I don't know. I'm like, do I want to give people even more access to spying on me? Yeah, Sarah. So yeah, similar. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start using Siri more to see if I would actually use it. But I think it's I don't know, it was just so cool. Shadi, what is a payoff to not finishing the task? Yeah, Shadi, so that's the question, right? That's the big question. What might the payoff be to not finishing that task? And again, let's say, for instance, you've wanted to finish writing a book and you just haven't. The payout to not finishing the book might be that you then don't have to put it out into the world and risk criticism, and risk negative feedback, or risk rejection. That might be a benefit to not completing, let's say, a book. Or or if there's a fear that when you complete the task, it's not going to mean what you tell yourself it's going to mean, right? It depends on what the task is, but it's worth digging into and seeing, like, why might I not want to be finishing this task? Like, what would it mean? And that could give you insight into why you might not be. Now I see live video interrupted. Oh, here I am. Yeah, so it's like a Siri. Okay, thanks for that informal poll, everybody. Those of you who use it, everyone seems to love it, so it seems like it's something that is very useful. But it's really cool. It's really cool. Anyway, all right, everybody. Thanks for joining me again on this Monday night sesh. Great to chat with you all. We'll see you next week, same time, same channel. And yeah, make sure you're subscribed to my newsletter, CarrieRichardson.com. You can sign up there. It comes out every Thursday. Typically, these sessions are an expansion on the newsletter topic. So sign up for that so you can get a little sneaky peek on what we're going to be talking about. And we'll see you next Monday. Love you too, Annie. Bye, everybody.